This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk us through this 2019 Bullet Ultralight by Keystone, model 221 RBS. I'm on the door side of the trailer at the rear here. So you've got a swing out bracket for your grill, of course. Down here, you've got a quick connect. You can see the yellow cap. Let me swing around this way. It's an LP quick connect fitting to hook your grill up. You get a hose with it and everything to do that. And those are low point drains right there with the white valves with the handles in the off position. That's to drain the lowest point of your trailer. Alright, steps, of course. You've got a power awning with an LED strip. You have satellite and antenna out with power so you can put a TV outside. Your hitches here will explain to you how that operates when you pick it up. You've got a power tongue jack. Now keep in mind, you can pull this plug out of the power tongue jack right here, this rubber plug, and you can use a 3/4 inch socket or a 3/4 inch crank to crank this manually if it happens to fail. You got 2 LP tanks full, deep cycle marine battery. Okay. Over here is how you get your water to the trailer. So the most common way is the city water hookup right here. You're just going to screw your hose onto there. You're going to turn the water on and you're ready to go. Now if you go to a campground that does not have plumbing on the campsites, you can pre-fill your freshwater tank right here. So you fill that up and then you'll use the onboard pump to pump the water, and basically it'll run just like you have city water, except obviously you'll be pumping it out of the tank. You got stabilizer jacks, scissor type, one on each corner. That is the crank there that you use for it. It's also the same crank you can use for the tongue jack. A slide out that's out right now. This is the refrigerator panel, service panel. You don't have to go in there, it's just for service, but keep this hose draining to the outside all the time. That's for condensation. You have an outside shower here, and these are your dump valves. Okay, so the black handled valve is for the black tank, which is toilet water and waste. The gray handle is sink and shower water. So you put your hose on here, but the other end goes in the dump station. Then you're going to dump the black tank first. That's the dirtiest water. After it dumps, you'll dump the gray second. That's the, help to rinse the black water and waste out of the hose. So you do that second. Then you can come up here to this right here. Let me get on my feet here. This is the black tank flush right here. So like it says on the sticker, always make sure the black tank valve is open, which it is. You'll hook the water up right there, and you can spray the inside of your black tank, clean off the sensors, just clean it out in general to make it, to just do a better job cleaning off, but mainly the important thing is cleaning the sensor so you get a good accurate reading on your monitor panel. Okay, spare tire, 30 foot, 30 amp cord. Your water heater, the switches to operate the water heater are inside the trailer, but you can see this is where it drains from right here. That's your drain plug. Never drain it or vent it when there's hot water in the tank. You always wait till it cools down. Behind here is just a hookup for cable and satellite through to the inside of the trailer, from the campground through to the inside. Okay, so let's go in. We're still cleaning right now, so we're in process. So before we go any farther, we'll look at this device right here. This is the power converter. What it does, it converts 110 AC to 12 volt DC. So you see you got regular household circuit breakers here. They're 110 AC and they're labeled. Then the power is converted over to 12 volt DC here, and they're 12 volt fuses and labeled. Now if any of these fuses blow, they'll light up and you see them glowing through that plastic. Also, when you're plugged into shore power, this will keep your battery charged, so it'll always charge up your battery as long as you're plugged in. This device here is the carbon monoxide, or LP gas detector, I should say. It should always be green. If not, you get it serviced. If it goes off, obviously you take everybody outside and you will shut the gas off at the front and figure out what's going on. Now this is the smoke detector here, of course. And this one over here is carbon monoxide. Alright, so you have 3 detectors in here: LP gas, smoke, and carbon monoxide. Alrighty. So we installed this vent for you. The vent's real simple. It's powered. It's also got a motor in it. It's a great upgrade. I wired it so basically you can adjust this if you want, but if you just flip this on, the lid's going to go up automatically. As you can see, it'll turn on and it'll go to whatever speed you have it set at. Right now I got it on 2, which is pretty common speed. It's right in the middle. And also you can change directions with this rocker switch right here. So I've got it exhausting at 2nd speed, and so as soon as you turn this on or off, it'll resume that configuration. You can change it whatever you want, obviously. Okay? It'll do a good job cooling this down when it's not cold enough for an air conditioner, or warm enough, I'm sorry. It's definitely warm enough today, let me tell you. So, okay, so this is your control panel. These are just lights here. Your slide room is right here, in and out. It's very self-explanatory. Your awning, extend and retract. To extend it, you're just going like so, right? It goes out 8 feet, and you'll be able to see the awning tube when you're already out all the way out, so you know you're out all the way. Never leave the awning out unattended. If you're not going to be there, you roll it in. Otherwise, you can get damaged in just an instant from the wind, okay? To light your water heater on gas, you do this. Electric is here. Never, ever light your water heater or turn on the electricity unless you have water in the tank. You always have to make sure that the tank has water in it. Otherwise, you'll dry fire it and you'll have to get it serviced, but it's not a warranty issue. So you got to make sure you always have water in the tank. The water pump, I told you could pump your own water. It's right there. This pump is also used for winterization. Keep that in mind. Your levels here, batteries charged, fresh water empty, black water. You just use black water 1 and 2 on this one, I believe. These are not, they will light up, but they will not graduate up in 1/3 increments because they're not hooked to a tank. It's just a standard panel. So as you can see, these LEDs light up in 1/3 increments as it fills. Once you get past 2/3, you got to think about dumping it. Okay. So let's walk this way. Your range, I think the gas is turned on. Yes. So your range is just turn it on to light and turn your sparker clockwise, and it lights the burners, right? To light it on gas, it's a little bit different. As you can see that you can spark it here. So what you do is you go to the oven knob and you go to pilot, then you depress it and hold it. You keep holding it, then you spark it until it lights. Let me see if I can get it to light quickly enough for you. That light now. So if it doesn't light right off the bat, you shut it off. You might have to do it up to 3 times because unless you've been running it. So keep that in mind. You have to work the gas up. So it lit right there, as you can see. So you're going to hold this in for another 10 seconds or so, just to keep it, just to warm it up, so the thermocouple doesn't shut it down. Then you go to operating temperature, of course, and let's see if we got it going. And there you see it's going right there. Okay? All right. Always travel with your cover down because it'll tend to break if you leave it up when you're traveling. So you have your vent and light here, range hood vent and light. Your microwave works like any other microwave. Your radio also plays discs, CDs, and DVDs. You can stream off this USB here. You can stream wireless with Bluetooth from your phone or tablet. It has 2 speaker zones, 1 and 2. 1 is inside, 2 is outside, so it does a lot, everything you need when you consider you're camping. And of course it's wired to the TV also. All right. Just so you know, your water pump is under this panel right here. You see there's screws holding it down? That's where you'll find your water pump at. Okay? The water heater, you can see where we're at here by the front door, is behind this panel. So you have to bypass your water heater before you put antifreeze in it. So you can access the back of the water heater at this panel here. Also, while we're talking about maintenance, you have to go up on the roof and you have to inspect the trailer every 90 days of use. So you figure that in the spring, in the fall, and then once in the middle of the summer, you're going to actually go up on the roof and look around. Check the sealant on the roof, make sure everything is good and tight. I checked it when I installed your power fan, and it's in really good shape, just as it should be. So just go up there every 90 days and take a look at it, or have someone else do it. Some years, sometime you're going to see separation. that's not this trailer, it's every trailer ever built. If you own a trailer, you have to inspect the roof and you have to inspect the seals. Any place you see caulk on the side from the factory, you give that a good look too. But mainly you're looking at the roof every 90 days and make sure no water gets inside your trailer. So if you see an issue, you get it taken care of right away. You don't have to reseal the entire roof, just that area has to be touched up, okay? All right, so also while we're headed that way, you can drop this table down, like removing the posts, and you can turn this into a bed, of course. Your refrigerator is gas absorption, meaning it runs on 110 AC or LP gas. So basically there's those two buttons. This is on and off, now it's on. And then you want to turn it on auto. Auto means electric. The reason they call it auto is because if you lose electrical power or you can't find it, it'll automatically switch over to gas. But 110 AC takes parameters, so it will always seek that out first. Let's say you're at the campground and you leave, a nice hot day, and you leave bright and early in the morning to go exploring for the day. After an hour or so after you leave, the campground power goes off. Well, the refrigerator will sense that and it'll automatically switch over to gas for you, so you don't spoil your food. So that's where you want to be. You can pull this down the road on gas. If you want to select it dedicated to gas, you would just put that button out like that. Okay. One other thing, this device here is called a thermistor. You can see that there's a cable going up into this clip. The thermistor is actually a cylinder on the end of this cable. This is just a clip that holds it in place. So what you do, you want it to be up all the way so this wire is taut, just like that. You can see like this sticker says the higher you go, the cooler it gets, so you want this up all the way almost always. Occasionally you'll have to turn it down if it's really cold outside, but generally speaking you want it up all the way. Alright, let's see what else we got here. The bathroom, we're still in the process of cleaning, so sorry about the stuff laying around, but we're working on it. Okay, so this GFCI, all the plugs in the trailer are wired to this GFCI. So even on the outside, if you're using a coffee pot on the outside or something and it pops, you'll reset it here, because all the wires go through this one here, all the plugs go through this one here. The shower works like any other shower. Always run your vent fan when you use the shower because you want to pull the humidity out. These things are built really tight. Alright. Also, the toilet. Now the thing you have to remember about the toilet is that it doesn't, it always wants, let me get this here, hold on. Okay. It has to have water in it and chemical to start using it. So you got a flush pedal right here. So you get to the campground, you hook up your power and your water, you come inside, you take your chemical, whichever brand you use, you put one dose right in there in the bowl. Then you step on it, and water comes swirling out, obviously, and you stand on it like this, and you put about a gallon or so of water in there. There's no way to tell exactly, just use common sense, that you have to have a gallon or two of water and chemical in there when you start using it. You can't use it dry. The black tank can't be dry, it's right below. If you look straight down, that's the black tank. So the rule of thumb is if it's been dumped, if it's empty and you're going to start using the toilet, you put chemical and about a gallon of water or so in it. Okay? That's important. If you don't do it, you'll regret it. The smell will kill you, and it takes chiseling almost to get it loose if you let it harden. So you'll only do it once if you do it, but remember, always have at least a gallon of water and chemical in there when you start using the toilet. All right, so I think we've covered it. Let me look around here. The thermostat is very simple. You hit the mode to light it up, like that. Then you just select heat, off, fan, air conditioner. Always stick with auto. Keep everything on auto. Sometimes if you don't, like the fan will come on when you turn on the furnace. If that ever happens, you've got the furnace on high or low, not on auto. I mean, not the furnace, but the fan's on high or low, but not auto. When I speak of the fan now, I'm not talking about this fan here. I'm talking about the fan in the air conditioner. When they say turn fan on, they're just talking about the air conditioner running without the compressor, so it just circulates air basically. So two different fans we're speaking about. This, like I said, it's just a matter of circulating air if you run it on fan. Remember, keep fan on auto all the time. That's what I guess that's the point I'm trying to make here. So, okay? And remember, there's a lag time with this too. It takes a good 5-6 seconds for anything to happen when you turn the AC on or off, generally. So keep in mind, you got to be a little patient, but it will kick on and do what it's supposed to do. Okay? All right. So you got a remote controller for your radio. I think I've covered everything. Let me look around here. I'm going to tell you what this is, but I don't even know what it is. I've never seen it before in my life. I'm going to have to ask somebody. That's new to me. I could make something up, like if I was a salesman, I could tell you just about anything, but I'll have to find out what that is. It's got a jack in this side. Is it a, what in the world is it? It says Virion, which means it's part of the sound system. I don't know. I'm going to find out for you though, okay? Maybe it has something to do with a Bluetooth speaker. No, because you already have that through the radio. Anyway, I'll find out for you. I just found something new that I've never seen before. So the other thing to remember is this is the escape window. It's very simple. You're just going to go like this, obviously push it all the way through. And then you're going to grab a hold of this red tab and pull the screen out, and out you go. So if it's an emergency, you can get out if you have to. So, okay? All right, well, thanks for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. And like I said, remember you want to inspect your roof regularly, and you also need to bypass your water heater before you pump any antifreeze in. So as I stated, the water, to access the back of your water heater is down here, behind this panel. To access your water pump is here. All right? Okay then. Thank you very much, and make sure you plan ahead so you can use this trailer a lot. That's the key to being a happy camper, is to use it a lot. So always plan ahead and go for it. Okay? Thank you.